Google has created absolutely the most disruption that SEOs have seen in 15 years. People have had their complete businesses destroyed, and now they're actually trying to figure out what to do, what action to take, where to pivot. I mean, it gets really serious, like life serious, like even contemplating life. I saw this tweet, which is really sad to see that like people are genuinely upset about the results and like are not sure what to do. So in this video, I want to talk about Google and what they're doing, as well as some of the things I'm looking to do for my own business. I'm in a similar boat with a lot of creators, maybe a lot of you, just some of the things I just kind of want to brainstorm and talk through. So, first, my thoughts on Google as a large company in general. I mean, Google has to change with the industry itself. I'm not completely mad or angry at Google. They don't owe us anything. I'll be the first to say that. They owe us nothing. They're a company, their job is to, honestly, their job is to get answers to people as quickly as possible. And they owe a return to their shareholders, not to publishers per se. They've worked with publishers for a long time, but they don't owe that to us. A lot of things have changed over the last 15 years for search. There's no longer just the blue links that you click down and find the information. As SEOs, we were developing content that was similar to other content that was already ranking. Why? Because, well, that content was ranking. So we wanted to create something similar, maybe put our own spin on it. But then what does that do? It creates a search engine results page where everything is really similar. Maybe the listicles are the mostly the same or the content's mostly the same. And that's not really good search results. From that standpoint, them shaking things up, I can totally see that. But they put a lot of small publishers in a really tough position. Whether they meant to or not, I don't know. But the algorithm has like folded companies, people with multiple websites that are just now at zero traffic. Maybe those people were relying too much on SEO. I was relying too much on SEO. I had a lot of eggs in the SEO basket, if you will. And yeah, I think a lot of small publishers were doing the exact same thing. So we've got to think differently. If we're going to last, if we're going to have a place in the ecosystem with sites, smaller publishers are just going to have to adapt. That's just what we're going to have to do. Now, here's the bright side of Google. Google is still huge, and it's not just SEO. That's not all that it has. There's also Google Discover, which has given people that I've seen hundreds of thousands, maybe even more monthly page views. There's Google News, where you can get brought up into Google News and you can have your content featured in these areas and pushed out to people. Pushed rather than people try to find you via search, the content gets pushed out to people via Discover and News. So that's promising. And so if you don't know about those, spend some time and start looking into those as a possible viable traffic source for your brand. And don't discount Facebook. People are like, Facebook's a dying social media site. No, not really. On the contrary.
Hey guys, I've got a quick favor to ask. My wife says if I don't double my YouTube subscribers, I can't be a YouTuber anymore. And I have to go out and get a real job. Can you help, please? A quick subscribe, a like, a comment, anything. Just anything to make my wife happy. I love you so much. Thanks. All right, back to the video.
I was reminded recently that they have about 2 billion daily active users. That's a lot of people. And so it's similar. It's similar to Google search. The amount of people on there are similar. Just what you have to do to find them is different. On Facebook, why do you go on there if you use that platform? You go on there to be entertained, maybe inspired, maybe something interesting catches your eye. You're not necessarily seeking out or searching to learn something, but maybe in the process you learn something. We have to think and adapt our content in that way for folks on Facebook. If the goal is to drive traffic back to your website, 'cause that's my intention, is to try out some content that we can put on Facebook and drive traffic back to our websites. That's what we want to look at doing. Pinterest is a big platform that I have not been able to crack yet. We're still using Pinterest, getting some monthly visits, hundreds. I don't even know if we've cracked 1,000 monthly visitors from Pinterest yet. We have a lot of learning to do, but there's a lot of people getting full-time traffic, like enough traffic to sustain their business, even from Pinterest. And then, of course, you have LinkedIn, you have Twitter. If you're in those spaces and that's where your communities are, plenty of opportunity to build an audience there and drive traffic. Maybe there you're building like a newsletter, driving traffic to your newsletter. And then from the newsletter, maybe pushing traffic back to your articles or your blog, and on and on and on.
All right, time out. Quick question. I'm sure that with your business, you're sending out email newsletters, right? If you're using an old school product like MailChimp, Please stop. About a year ago, I found Beehive and became obsessed with their product. I mean, bees are better than monkeys anyway, right? It's more affordable, it's fun to build on, and you can actually monetize the newsletter if that's something that you're wanting to do. I've got a link down below in the description where you can check out their free trial. I love this product. Back to the video.
And so, like, that kind of leaves me with like email, right? Like, email is another option. I said newsletters. People are creating entire businesses, and I think they have for a long time, but entire businesses out of email newsletters. So we have newsletters for both of our brands. For my personal brand, I think I'm at like 4,300 subscribers. For our local media brand, we're a little over 10,000. And I continue to see the value in growing both of those and encouraging traffic to do certain things, giving them value in the emails, getting them to click through to affiliate offers or selling sponsorships or driving traffic back to our blog articles. Like, over the long term, I see the continually building those brands up larger and larger and just being able to amplify those effects. And all of these work to grow audiences. So, like, we don't have to just rely on SEO, on that one piece of traffic. All of these items can work. And I got caught up. I got caught up in SEO and getting really excited about it and putting a lot of my eggs in that basket. But I vow going forward to always diversify. Even if a traffic source is going well, don't discount the other traffic sources per se, or the diversification. I kind of got caught on my heels a little bit. So share your woes with me. I'll listen. I'll brainstorm with you in the comments. But those are some of my thoughts. I mean, like, the future is bright. There's a lot going on right now in the entire industry.